Hello and welcome to Intersolar 2026. This is a place to be. This is the most important event for the sector here in Europe. And of course, Review Energy have to be covering this event with the leaders of the sector. ESET Solar had to be with us. Fran, it's the second time we met. I think we met in Rimini.
Yes.
This year, or yes? It was amazing to talk with you, and now we are here at Intersolar to connect again. Wang is pre-sales technical director for the company. How are you, Fran?
Good. We are pretty busy on the first day, and it's nice to see everyone coming every year. So thank you, Wendy.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. ESET Solar has standardized the every post self-locking technology across its flagship. No, so why did the engineering team decide to make it possible?
Well, we are designing from the safe concept. So we are trying to make the tracker safe and stiffer. So because the tracker module is larger and the tracker configuration is longer, so it makes the structure, this special structure, softer actually. So it's softer in the daily operation, and we're trying to make the fixing point, which is we make every post is a locking point, so we don't add additional slow drive, or we don't add additional other stuff to create to short the fixing span distance. So we are able to make the tracker very stiff by making the tracker every general post at the locking point.
Thanks.
So this tracker, this design will make the tracker stay safe and stable. So you can imagine a ruler is, if you have 100-meter long ruler, if you twist it and bend it, it's very to deformation. But if you only have a 8-meter ruler, or it's very hard to bend and twist it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Fran, for that overview. Let's move forward to another topic. No, what makes different this solution? No, what makes this solution stand up in such a competitive market?
Well, this every post locking system is different with the traditional single point tracker by distribute the load, the torsional load from the wind, from the extreme weather events to every post. So instead of one single post in the center to withhold all the torsion load, now you have 10 posts, 11 posts to distribute those loads. So on each post, the peak load is less. It's a lot less and it's uniform. So your tracker have a more rigid and better performance.
So let's talk about agri-PV, because it's growing a lot in Europe in different ways. So I would like to ask you which kind of solution you have in this area.
For agri-PV products, we have trackers stored at the low tilt angle. And also we have trackers still at large tilt angle. So it depends on the project location and the best condition for the project size. So in general, we have advanced version of the tracker products. Is share the common sense and common design for our main 1P products, but with a reinforced design and make the tracker more easier for installation and better for those high height products.
Mm-hmm. And let's move to another topic, because how does the increased mechanical rigidity of this solution system translate into tangible balance of system, cost saving, and long-term O&M?
Well, yes, for long terms, there's two parts. For short term, the tracker have more rigid, so that means the design is easier and less weight, so that save the capital cost. But for long term, and we did some special design for easier installation, and we also pre-assembling some parts like bearings, and also the connection parts of torque tube. So we are pre-assembling it, so for easier installation and save the construction time. And also for the long-term operation, those special design are easy to replace, so it can save the cost on the replacement and maintenance. And this rigid tracker is very study, it's very hard to lose the instability. So in the real world, it won't lose the stability and get cost damage from the everyday wind events.
So to finish this interview, because I know you have like a day ahead of exhibition, Fran, I would like to ask you what third-party validation or wind tunnel testing protocols has this solution undergone to prove its resilience?
Well, we did a lot for study with the wind tunnel facility every year. We were working with CPP for, I think, as everyone else. So we did the wind tunnel testing on every of our products, and on the product development. And after the product development, we are verifying and testing the performance in the wind tunnel facility to get the most real performance in the field. So, and also CPP also came to our booth today earlier this afternoon to bring a presentation and bring how we cooperate, work together to develop our products to better our design.
Well, thank you, Frank. It's always a pleasure to see you in different events. I hope to see you soon, and I wish you a nice exhibition days.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Wendy.
Well, let's start talking about the goals that you have in the European market right now.
So the European market is a very mature market, and it's very different from one country to the other. So the strategy needs to be different in every country. But we, of course, want to have presence of ESET in all the countries in Europe. So we are now more concentrated in the countries that are moving the fastest, like Italy or even Eastern Europe. We also met recently there. But we are also moving with the big clients in the main countries in Europe, like, of course, Spain, but also Germany, France. There are many big companies that are working not only in Europe but worldwide, and we want to enlarge the presence of ESET with all these clients. So this is also the main reason why we are here in Intersolar, and we are having non-stop meetings with them.
Totally, thank you for that overview. Pedro, let's continue with the other question. Let's talk about extreme weather, no? How are you adapting your solutions to this situation?
So we are continuously evolving our trackers, and we are having more advanced solutions. So, for instance, with this tracker, which is the tracker with the diamond torque tube, we have a very, very strong stow position at 60 degrees. And the tracker, the torque tube is really pushing against the post set, so it's metal-to-metal contact, so it's really very tough stow position, and this allows the tracker to resist really extreme weather. So it can resist wind speeds or more than 50 meters per second. And we also have, the tracker is also very resistant in working position. So we can normally resist 80 meters per second in working position. So it also allows our tracker to work longer than some of our competitors.
Thank you, Pedro. Let's talk about the localization and localized support in Europe, because it's a trend that we are seeing in the market. So how are you positioning yourself in this line?
So also one good thing of ESET is that we have a big manufacturing base. So of course, our main manufacturing base is in China, which is normally the lowest cost, and we can supply our clients from there. It has a longer lead time and may have in the future or middle term some further constraints, but we are also working on that. So that we have a factory in Saudi, in Jeddah, from which we are already supplying some clients. So we, for our project in Italy, we just delivered some posts from there. And we are also working with Turkey. So in Turkey, we are working with several manufacturers, and it's not clear yet which will be the final formula. If we will directly buy to them, or we will make some joint venture, or have ourselves some small production facility. But the thing is that we are ready to any developments and any changes in the regulations that require more content that is not coming from Asia.
Okay. let's keep an eye on it.
Yes.
So for finish this interview, because I know that you have a lot to do today as a first day of the exhibition, I would like to talk about the difference between Southern Europe and Central Europe. We see a lot of difference, like topography, soil conditions. So how are you adapting your solutions to this?
We have this. In France, they are requesting, for instance, 2P trackers that are also taller. So we are also developing a solution for that. In other Eastern countries, it's more like a 1P tracker with more normal height, and we can provide a very, very competitive solution for that. Also, the soil conditions are very different from country to country. So we have also developed a solution of piles that can be spliced very easily. So like this is also this pile here. Mm-hmm. So this also allows to adapt to completely different requirements from every country. So one very important point of ESET is that we have a very wide product range, and we can supply many different trackers and fixed tilt solutions to all the requirements of our clients. And we are also ready to make further developments like this one in France for a taller 2P tracker.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Pedro. It's always a pleasure to see you in different events, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much, Wendy.